as far as the UE students and that impasse and the government's position.
Right. No. This letter that Rambali, this article on the paper yesterday, Rambali called on PM to disclose the Chief Justice letter. I don't know if Ricky Rowley is lying or he's bluffing by saying that he was threatened by the Chief Justice that if they don't accept the salary increases and so that he's going to take legal action against him, because this is what Keith Rowley has been saying. Now, Rambali is saying that if you're not transparency or whatnot, let the country know. We want to get this information under the Freedom of Information Act, whether there was really a letter that was sent to the Prime Minister by the Chief Justice. And I am asking the question, Mikey Leonard Candy, could this be now, we could now classify this as bullying, a form of bullying by the Chief Justice to the Prime Minister, and by extension to the country, that if we don't give him money and whatnot, I think the justice system, things could happen. In addition to that, this could be a form of extortion, because what the Prime Minister is saying, that if we don't get the money, just as how the extortionists and they will demand the money, they could kidnap your family, they could kill them, they could do whatever they want. But in this case, they wouldn't say that by the Chief Justice. But by extension, it could have some, repercussion in terms of the justice system. So I am asking the question that this letter should be made public. We should get this under the Freedom of Information Act, and to really see if it's true that the Chief Justice wrote this, the Prime Minister, or if the Prime Minister is lying. And as I said, this letter could be tantamount to bullying and extortion, because if you're demanding money, that's by extension, always wage increase, but you're demanding money, and that if you say that if you don't get the money, so could happen, the justice system could collapse. So I am saying this, we want to get that information readily available under the Freedom of Information, and let us see where the chip falls from there. Because I am seeing that this government is hell-bent on lying to this population in terms of, up to now, we have not heard what is the outcome of this $3 billion that is missing with Colman and the Auditor General. What is really going on in this country? And people, I mean, fellas, are forcing to the point to make this call, because they're going on against doctors' orders and things, and family concerns and things because of my health situation. And I just take this chance to call. It's the first time I'm using it to make a telephone call in about 6 months or thereabout. I don't even drive or anything like that because of my health problems, getting it, and all kind of things happening to me and Lennox and Mikey and to the Ground Report family. I am wrong. I've listened to things, but as I say, I had to take the chance to call to express this concern, because I am seeing something like happening. And if mind you, I forget again, I am seeing now the Scrap Iron Dealers Association is claiming that they have foreigners down here who is running that industry. Maybe they come and they see that the refinery Petrotrin could be, they could have that as iron. So all these things we have to look, because they keep lying that they have so much people who are ready to buy the refinery, and up to now we're not hearing anything tangible coming out of it. So all they keep doing is lying to the population. Election is coming. I hope that the people in this country make a wise decision. Brothers, all take care and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tuna.
Thank you, Sir Puna.
Oh boy. So let's organize. Boom. Nice. So the lines are open, eh?
And folks, as far as guys, we're going to be back on. We just had a little power surge, so we'll be back on just in a few seconds. So those you can check it again.
Right, that's happening across the country, gentlemen, because last night I had a similar situation that preempted my program. And now we're here. Yeah, so Is it part and parcel of the industrial climate in the country? Is that a...
We'll know. We'll know as it goes along. I'm sure we'll hear. Yeah, you can never tell. Go ahead, Andy.
Oh boy, so what we'll do is play some voice. No, now let me take this call here. Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Go ahead, Harry, listen to us on your phone. Go ahead, move from
morning to Mighty K and Lennox Smith.
Right, turn on the back now.
You know when we had cement, we used to have a little competition. Now we have TCL cement. You know how much we had to pay for a bag? $67, close to $70. Boy, everything for the poor man is pressure, boy. Yeah. Everything in this country is tough, boy. I mean, cement, look at the price of cement, boy, under the government, boy. Everything mad, boy. Everything going real crazy in this country, boy, and nobody addressing this problem. Everything that we have to get from away, we always get something competition. Now they raise, they stop the cement. It's real pressure, boy. The bag of cement now is unbelievable, and nobody addressing this problem, boy. Boy, I tell you, we fed up. UNC is it, boy. Everybody trying to beg UNC.
Next caller, morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning to all the gentlemen and all the media platform and Gael, Focus Rights, and the Corridor Transformation.
Morning, brother.
Andy, good morning to each and everyone. Hey, Andy, I want to ask you a little question, boy. What is the... Hello?
We are listening. What is the...
Go ahead.
Yeah, the representation for Grandy, where he said, hey, we are promoting and we are hearing, we have more pressing issues to talk about, because I see the program just change on one donkey who tried to bray for he bundle of grass. And when we get the house in order and then we start pushing, we take to get we house in order. We have to know that if we're going up for Grandy, let me organize and start getting the people and the register going, because it's plenty work. So now is the time, because it's 9 months again to come, and by the time the year done, right? So while the PNM stood and them trying to tell their supporters all what all went through for the last 9 years, it had better than that to come. So I don't know. Santa Claus is really an illusion and the reindeer really flies. So Andy, I just want to ask you to comment a little bit on the Grandy position. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. In the Grandy position, at the end of the day, yours truly, the Pitbull Radio, have been doing a lot of work within the Grandy area. Have done a lot of work. Right, the screening committee have to make their choice when their time reach. But at the end of the day, we have to make sure, because I see Monroe getting not to go back up, and he have a curtail to get. Monroe have a real serious curtail to get.
Anyway, we are back and running on Gael TV, so those of you in the region, we do apologize for that. Thank you for your patience, and we are back. So again, to our Gael family, wherever you are across the region, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Dominica, Guyana, wherever you are, Grenada, good morning to you, and Sister Al Tobago, and everyone that's locked on the diaspora, wherever you are in the UK, North America, good morning, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. Go ahead, Andy.
Yes, go ahead, caller. You finished?
Yes.
All right, you finished. So let me continue.
Andy, morning. Mr. Freeport here, boy. When you get some time, give me a call now. It is very important.
All right.
Something I want to tell you. Somebody want to do for you.
All right, Mr. Freeport. Oh boy. Let's continue. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Annie, morning. So you hear me clear?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
California here, boy.
Go ahead.
My take on the table this morning, or what I bring on the table this morning, is doubt, boy. You see, Rowley bending the mind of the people already, right? And he started insult doubt. And you see that dangerous thing, eh? And let me carry back a little bit into a scripture in the Bible, right? When God tell Adam and Eve, do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? That if they eat from it, they're going to die, right? Satan appeared to Eve and asked, did God really say do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? She said yes. She said because God said the day you eat from it, you're going to die. He said, well, let me tell you, God lying to you. You're not going to die, right? But God, you're going to be like God. He don't want you to eat because you're going to be like him. And Satan sowed the seed of doubt into Eve and caused you to eat of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You see what Rowley is doing here now? Rowley know what he is doing. He not a stupid man. You understand? And Rowley is going to bend the mind of these people on them and bend it with doubt and feed doubt into them and make them feel that what he is saying is truth. And what Kamala, what everybody else is saying.
But with all due respect, my brother, I like your contribution, but listen carefully. Eve was just created, so she had no history. But let me tell you something. Eve also had no mortgage. She had no children to send to school. Eve had no savings that was depleted. She didn't have to pay no car note. She wasn't on the breadline. She didn't have to compromise her sexuality to feed her children. Eve had none of those problems. She had no history. But the people here have been suffering for almost 10 years. And that you can't doubt. You can't doubt your own reality. Vote on your own reality. The reality is you want to live better. So Rowley can't put nothing in your mind because you live in it. He lied to you for the last 9 years. All right. Some you buy, some you didn't buy. The most of it you left on the side of the road. Okay. He came and all kind of allegations. Your money jumping up. Look what's going on. More than 400 million for the Tobago airport. So Rowley can't bend nobody mind unless they're weak, unless they were living somewhere and they don't know what's going on, unless they were hiding under a rock. Whatever the case may be, Rowley can't put nothing in your mind that you have not been living for almost the last 10 years.
So true. Tell me about Adam and Eve and God and this and yes.
Yeah, Eve had no problems. Eve had no problem with the issue of that tree. Eve had no problem. She was in a garden. It had food. It had women out there had to do all kind of things. The leg had to go so, the back so, all kind of things just to feed the family. Eve didn't have to go through that. Yeah. She didn't have to go through that. She didn't make no baby that died in the NICU.
Yes.
We have.
Yes. Let's continue.
And this is almost 9 o'clock. Like Mikey, Louis, everyone in the chat. We are becoming just like Guyana 20 years ago. Power outage will be regularly now. Regularly power outage. We are worse than Guyana. Guyana right now is passing on Trinidad. Dr. Rowley, you are a clown. And I doing it up our head now. So Trinidad and Trinidad will break for doo-doo on your head. Guyana is laughing at us. We are the laughing clown of the Caribbean. When we used to laugh at Guyana, now they laugh at us. They always say, Andy, who laugh last, laugh to death. Brother, they are laughing last. We are the clown of the Caribbean. Dr. Rowley, you put us there to be the nincompoop of the Caribbean. For us, paint, you nincompoop for the father of the Caribbean for us, and all those things them who support them. All right, later, Andy.
Yes, Andy. America ain't going to shut down no Bitcoin. Trump went to all these Bitcoin functions before he became president and gave them the undertaking that he's going to support it, right? And when he win the elections, right, By Wednesday, Thursday, Bitcoin was already $90-something thousand, up from 70. And look, this weekend it had gone up to $100,000 right now. $100,000 US, man. That is almost $1 million Trinidad dollars for one Bitcoin. That is the highest commodity in the world right now. You understand that, Andy? Have a good day.
Right. All right, good. All the best for you and your Bitcoin.
Morning.
Who's out there?
Morning.
And we have a call to make this now.
Yeah, morning. And where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Morning, St. Augustine here.
Go ahead, St. Augustine.
I would like if your station could contact anybody, any personnel from the Public Transport Corporation concerning that 77 million which is missing according to the Auditor General. Thank you, sir.
All right, St. Augustine. Oh boy, oh boy. All right.
Good morning again, Andy, Mikey, and to everybody out there. Woodbrook, you're right. Suddenly, Mikey Joseph sitting on the throne of righteousness. The same Mikey Joseph who was paid $10+ million to build that walkover by Sea Lots there. You remember after the accident, that thing there. Mikey Joseph was one of those that sat down at the, I think was the Joint Select or the off report when the Riley man was crying that Ish and Steve was getting all the work and he wasn't getting nothing, and all this took place under the partnership government, right? All of them was seeing all the corruption in the partnership government. But 10 years now and billions in cost overrun for every piece of work that PNM did with Judy Cott from the trying to fix back the Taruba Stadium coming right down to this airport, and all of them have PIP. You know why? Because all of them eat enough food, so they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to rock it with there's more corruption. All of them is the same thing. You could put all of them in one cauldron. Thanks a lot.
Andy Pavani, that's why I tell you, California make good contribution, but every time you come with the Bible and this and that don't make no sense, but your religion is for you. Keep that in your house. Keep that to yourself. Stop coming on the religion, preaching religion. Everybody has their own religion. What they say, they might say you're talking rubbish. His religion is something different. So stop coming in the religion, talk religion. Just talk how to get rid of the PNM. For teaching to go out there, protest, call all the people. Big call, walk all the way, walk around on weekend. Stop talking about the Bible. I didn't call and talk about my religion. I'm a Hindu. That's for my personal practice in my house. Stop calling the station from Adam and Eve and God and Jesus. Stop it, my friend. Let's go there and perform and get the work done.
After this, we have a call to make. Oh boy, Mikey in his ears. Yes. Mikey say Eve. Even I know that, yes. She didn't know bad roads. She didn't know. Eve was living nice. She had food in the garden. Oh Lord, boy.
Andy, what that fella talking about nonsense about Bitcoin? He knows nothing about that. It's not about mining it. You can buy it. Miners are different from people who buy it and selling it, who investing in it. We think plenty of them banking institutions in America buy it up when it was have during the period of this year in March. They buy up all the Bitcoin and them laughing all the way to the bank now because they buy it when it was $60,000-$50,000 and up. And now their investment has grown. Pension funds, all these.
Yeah.
Go ahead, next caller. Go ahead, ma'am. I calling you since yesterday. I can't get on to you at all. Like it was by the hospital or what?
Yes, Andy, boy, Andy, look, I have to go back after lunch. I went to take drip something yesterday, Andy. I couldn't read. I was done up on your side. You're telling me, come and check you. Come and check you. Your neighbor them doing you this, and when I reaching up there calling you to get to I can't get on to you. Andy, yesterday, I didn't have no phone yesterday with me, Andy. Andy, my phone day home and I went and I get the carry me gun, Andy. Yesterday morning only. Well, you had to let me know. All right, well, let me know when you're serious. You call me and let me come now, man. Don't have me reaching and I can't get I know that I wait for you whole and for the hour you didn't say to follow up here this morning here again. You tell me nobody to come because the place flooded and you say it's real flooded. Yes, all Cuba have Andy Parks and ask me anybody to go tell you what happened Cuba. Nobody that can come through.
All right.
Well, all right.
So where's your contribution?
Been crying out for a long time. Let's give her the help. Using the brush cutter and oh God, boy, don't cause him problems to this woman.
All right, you come and tell me when you went to come, right? But you go ahead with your contribution.
I get a number for them and I go tell her get a number.
All right, but I reach there, I see them. But go ahead, you make your contribution.
Andy, this government wants to suffer me well bad. In the healthcare when I went yesterday, Andy, I had to wait the whole 3/4 of the day to get up and have drips. And I couldn't breathe to put me on the ventilator.
Which part in the health office?
Yeah, Cuba casualty.
Oh, in Cuba hospital. So you take what, 6-7 hours before you can get some trips?
Oh God, Andy, it's not easy. And then a supplement like that. But how I was to rush the quick. I was able to go private. You understand?
And you couldn't have breathe. You couldn't have breathe and they still didn't give oxygen quick?
They put me on the ventilator.
All right.
How they call it or whatever they call it. First time I end up in that situation. You can understand people worry and they are getting like this. Well, it's not easy.
But we're glad you're still among the living. I know it ain't easy. I know that. We're glad. You're not easy. You're a fighter, Miss California. You're a fighter. But we got to deal with people with the brush cutter for real. You got to deal with it. Not to say they're working CPAP or nothing. And they just have this thing going night and day. The poor woman can't get no rest every minute. She turn. Is this machine in she head?
The machine is one, and Mr. Mikey came out and messing up the place, and the gallery in the temple, everything, and everything, I had to pray.
Yeah, the bush
that's
going
on
and then
the
disrespecting things, man. So we go deal with that.
Them don't know about cleaning and thing, no way.
All right, I will come and check it out. But you also said you had to leave the hospital to go pay money private in order to get the care that you needed?
Yes, Miss. We have also going to get something, Miss. I couldn't depend on them. It wasn't easy.
All right. So this your healthcare system is in Trinidad and Tobago. She reached
no,
she wait
no.
6-7 hours and then still had to leave there to go private in order to get proper healthcare. That is how bad it is. Thanks so much.
But that's not going to be on the campaign trail for the PNM. That is something we have to highlight. Otherwise, we go buy into whatever they're selling on the campaign trail. They can't come and tell us they did good with the healthcare system. How is that? Make that call, Andy, because that person is out of the country, so you want to do a WhatsApp call. We're getting on to our colleague, Brian Big. Yes, attorney at law. And right now he's out of the country, so his time will be different. Just call him there. He had some to share with us. So much, and on behalf of Lennox Smith and his team, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Lennox come back again with that thing. Oh, God. I see that I get diarrhea, cool sweat. My wallet is running high. I gotta be looking for my wallet. And Lennox celebrating Christmas, yes?
Lennox celebrating Christmas.
Who put up that decoration? Barry Garcia? You're up on the mic, Lennox. You're up on the mic. We can't read lips. This is a talk show. We don't read lips.
When we started the program, I hear Andy asking for pastel, so I don't know if it's the background that caused that. But it's part of the tradition, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess
Mikey wanted to tell you I asked him for pastel. He's smart, you know, boy.
Tomorrow you might log on and you have a param group in the back.
You never could tell.
Let me try to get on to Bram Big. Adam, you call back after. You get call back after Adam. Oh boy.
Yes, let me see. Good morning to Mother Bernie and the entire Silver Fox. Good morning to Tobago. Yes, Tobago.
And she's out of the country. I think last time she was back. She's back.
She returned. She's back.
Brian Big.
In the news or something, a private jet that landed here and then.
Morning, Brian Big.
I hear you, but her tenacity, I think, worthy of emulation.
We have him on there. Good morning to you. Is Mr. Big on?
Yeah, Brian Big is on.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, Brian. Just so the folks could know, where are you right now? Where are we reaching you at right now?
I am in Jiangsu province, China.
Oh, Jiangsu province, China. All right, great.
I am representing our wonderful party and our political leader, Kamla Prasad, Business Senior Council, United National Congress, at an international conference in China.
Wonderful. Give us an idea post-COVID in China, what you've been able to observe. I know a lot of the information is not made or forthcoming, but give us an idea of your visit here post-COVID.
Before I go there, wait, Brian, before I go there, what time it is in China? Right now, time here is 9:10 in the morning. What time it is in China right now?
It's the same time, but in the night.
Oh, it's night. It's 9. Oh, so it's...
Yeah. It's 12 hours ahead.
Okay.
And the place is hustling and bustling. And everybody is
in the AM.
Yeah, the place is hustling and bustling, and people are going about their daily lives.
Oh, and this is post-COVID. I mean, so... But you would have seen some changes. It is societal changes as far as how people function on a daily basis. Is that still hanging over their head, or things are just back to normal?
That part I can't answer you, unfortunately. But what I'm saying,
it's an opportunity, of course, to see or visit Beijing itself to see what is happening.
Yeah, yes. The conference was in Beijing, and the conference has us going to a lot of provinces, and it's about exchanging of ideas. The one thing that was promoted here with us is I showed the relationship that we had with the People's Republic of China when the People's Partnership, led by Kamla Prasad Bisesa, was in office. And showed that there was a great relationship, and the work that was done under Mrs. Prasad Bisesa, along with the People's Republic of China, where there was the partnership as with the building of the Children's Hospital, the Aquatic Center, the cycling center, and the assistance of many other projects, the St. Augustine South Campus, with the Chinese government and the People's Partnership, led by the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa Senior Counsel as Prime Minister. Wonderful. And that we do know that when Mrs. Prasad Bisesa forms the new that relationship shall continue, and to ensure that the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago shall and will develop with a UNC-led government by the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa.
And I'm sure that you've been keeping up to date with what's been happening here as far as current affairs and what have you.
Yes.
Recommendation by the SRC that was accepted by Dr. Rowley and other issues. What say you? Weigh in on that.
Well, I have to say that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley cannot be in his right sense of mind to say that you will accept a salary increase when you have told public servants, and I want public servants to hear what I am saying, especially those who will want to wave balize, that he has said, well, only take 4%, whereas he has taken more than 4%. How can that be right? How can that be even correct? Whereas, the United National Congress political leader has rejected the SRC's recommendation and report. All you can see is that all Dr. Rowley is interested in is lining his pocket. That's all he's interested in. He doesn't care about the normal man on the street, the normal man on the bus. And I know the unions, they are taking to the streets. They're going to be taking. I wish I was there, because I would have been part of that. I came out of the trade union movement being former member of the NUGFW. And I'm saying that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, shame on you, sir. Shame on you. That you should stand with your people, and you should be telling your people that you told the nation to ban your belly. You're not banning your belly. All you're doing is expanding your belly. That is a shame and a disgrace. And if there's any reason to vote the PNM out, that is one reason to vote the PNM out. among many other reasons, my friend.
Well, he was asked by one of the journalists as to whether or not it was right. And it appears that he was confused by that question because it appears that those terminologies are not in his vocabulary, so he couldn't comprehend. He offered no answer to it. But I would like to know what's the nature and the theme of your the theme of your.
I didn't hear the last part.
He would like to know the nature and the theme of your visit to China.
Yeah,
it's an exchange of ideas as with party building and the issue of modernization. That's what basically it's about.
Mm-hmm. And I assume that you were just
there are many other yes, there are many other political parties of Latin America and the Caribbean are here as well.
I know. Of course, by now you would have heard that
the PNM political party have any representative there?
3 candidates.
Yes, they do have a representative here as well.
What say you about that? Have you have heard about the 3 candidates that were announced? What say you on that?
They are great candidates. MP Vandana Mohit is a firebrand. She has been working hard for her constituency. She has been representing well. And Saddam Hussein, MP for Barata Sawo, has been on the ground. And he has been exceptional. The people of Barata Sawo has always been saying good things about Saddam Hussein. Both 2 persons are my colleagues on the national executive, and I must say, the candidacy for San Fernando West, Dr. Daulat, is an exceptional candidate. And I want to tell the people of San Fernando West, you've gotten a man, a homebred man, a man who came from Naparima College, a man who has helped this nation with bringing about so many scholars. And you could imagine that man being not only a member of parliament, but could you imagine that man being a member of a government? I think those 3 candidates are exceptional candidates. And I say hats off to my political leader and the screening committee of the United National Congress, National Executive.
Nice. Thanks so much, Brian Brigg. And we hope the exchange of knowledge and everything across there goes the way it's supposed to. I know you will take in modernization, but I'm not too sure if the PNM Post representative across there, if them going on taking that at all, because I don't believe this actually send somebody there. When I send somebody there for them don't know nothing about modernization, them don't know nothing about democracy, them don't know nothing. So when I send somebody there
one day I can observe the representation at all?
They had someone, yes, but I wouldn't focus on them at all. But at the end of the day, I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago, to those people, I want to tell you all, the United National Congress is the party to lead us forward. It is a party that can lead to good governance. It is a party that will ensure that crime will go down. It is a party to ensure education will be a priority. It is a party that will ensure that your social needs will be kept. Because you have a leader. You have a political leader who cares. You have a political leader who is a lady who understands your nation, who understands Trinidad and Tobago. Do not be misled. Do not be misguided by persons. And I want to tell everyone, if you want to be part of government, join the United National Congress. Come together, because we are hand in hand, and let us become the government of the Republic of Trinidad, and let us remove the failing PNM government. Let us all come together.
Go ahead, let's all come together. Right. Thank you so much, Brian
let's all
Big.
come together.
Nice. What a chap. That is a very good
any other issue?
A safe return trip.
Yeah. What I want to tell you, Mikey, is that one thing I have learned here. As you know, I was a former chairman of the Seafood Industry Development Company, and there were issues that I used as SIDC chairman called aquaculture. And I saw aquaculture being done here. And when I mentioned certain things, the Chinese officials said, yes, we worked with the Trinidadian government. And I said, but you worked with me. Because as chairman of that company, I created 24 tilapia farmers. And it was the PNM who closed down the SIDC. Shame on them. Shame on them. What I will say to you, my friends, Trinidad and Tobago, vote the PNM out and let us bring the UNC into government. Kamla Prasad Bisesa for Prime Minister. Take care, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you
so much, Brian Big, all out there in China, and of course attending that conference. The UNC has the capability. They have the people, the know-how. Understand that, people. Understand. People are going out there and representing on global forums and bringing back that information, that knowledge, and want to implement it into an active government. Think about that. So you understand the options. No, they're really and truly, the PNM is neither here nor there. Now, gentlemen, 431 million more for that Tobago terminal bill.
Yeah, almost.
Kamla Prasad Bisesa, yeah, she said that the Tobago Airport terminal was originally estimated to cost TT 1.287 billion, but there has been cost overruns to the tune of 431.16 million. She added this brings the total cost of the airport terminal project to 1.718 billion, an overrun of nearly 34% of the original budget. 34% of the original budget. And Dr. Rowley is trying to say, no press conference, but he makes some posting. Yeah? And she questioned how the government could justify such expenditures when the project was far behind schedule and failing to meet its basic specifications. There are reports on this. There are 2 reports on this. You have the poor risk management and lack of experience by Mott McDonald, right? And in this report, it concluded that the project suffered from a lack of experience in handling turnkey contracts, particularly complex field of airport construction. And the report suggested that the contractors and project managers lacked the necessary expertise to deliver the project on time and within budget. Number 2, inadequate contract incentives. The firm pointed out deficiencies in the contract structure, particularly a failure to provide proper incentives to meet the project's objectives. This, they argued, contributed to the lack of progress. And the third, claims resolution. The report criticized NIPCO for its failure to effectively manage the project and resolve the numerous claims submitted by, of course, the contractors and the stakeholders. Does that sound familiar to you when it comes to claims resolution? When it is that the oversight of these projects are not being managed properly to resolve the problems? Remember Chestrel? It wasn't the contractor there. Did HGC have an oversight process? Were they looking to see if the soil was tested properly? But no, money is being spent, and then it's costing more now to destroy and build properly. You can imagine how many projects that these people have engaged in, when in fact claims resolution and having the oversight is not there. It's lacking. So what is taking place? $431 million more. That is nearly 34% more compared to the original budget. My God,
somebody get rich.
It is clear. It is clear that all of that ingredients are reminiscent of Las Alturas, reminiscent of the Greenville project, where they built all these homes on a lake bed, that created, of course, the marooning of those people in that place. Every time it rains, they are very, very, very skeptical as to whether or not they will be inundated. And then, of course, the other one that clearly that is reminiscent of is, of course, the OAS debacle, where they claim that they got back $1 billion, but now have to pay back that to OAS and more, because they went and stopped the contract illegally for political manifestation of an illusion. What are you going to do? So that is typical of the PNM.
Nice. Hold 1 minute, you all guys. Hold 1 minute, you all guys. Morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report?
Good morning.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. I'm calling from San Grande. And I know a long time days we used to watch in Magnificent 7, but today we're looking at in Magnificent 3. So I just want to make a little correction first before I give my contribution to a guy who calling and talk about a child who gets shot. The Venezuelan child and was in the engine compartment. I don't know where he get that from. How a pirogue could have an engine compartment to hide that child. And that's what he said. So that is all showing you that these guys and them, they're sitting to make themselves feel right and happy to what they say, to condemn somebody else with the right thing what they say. And he say that people had the right report. He had the right report. When the Coast Guard killed a Venezuelan baby in the compartment of it had to be madness of a pirogue. Do you understand? Well, I know a compartment of a pirogue will be inside the water itself, because there the engine is in the engine room, right? He talking about. So this is what I have to say. Let me tell you something. I'm talking to Lavanti this morning. Lavanti, you have to wake up, because you can remember when Jack Warner started building latrine for you, or didn't even have toilet. And that is over 50-something years at the PNM ruling. And many are all you still have us to go in an outdoor house, right? Jack Warner is a man help out all you. Jack Warner is a man work for $1 a day. Just imagine that. But the Prime Minister who getting over $50-something thousand a month can't work for that. So just imagine he want to work for $87,000 for the month now. You understand the kind of people we're dealing with. Jack Warner was a man who make many of us drive on the bus route between 6 to 9 and 3 to 6. I just hope all of us remember that, right? So I just show you some little things that even today, none of us can go on the bus route. No matter people getting killed on the bus route, left, right, and center, even children and all. We're just showing up, right? I just want to tell you something again. Concerning voting for Hines or Karim myself, let me tell you something. I remember on Sesame Street, he had a cowboy was putting X on everybody's house. And if people get so frustrated that they tell him stop putting X, he said, well, okay then, I will do as always, I will put O. And everybody was happy that he put in O now. But it's the same system, so he moved from cowboy X to cowboy O. So even though you move from Hines to Karim, it's just cowboy X to cowboy O. And let me tell you something. If Karim was a fella, have real dignity and mean something good for the people of Lavanti, he wouldn't put himself with Rowley and go up with the PNM and all jumping up and feeling great about that. Look at how much years the PNM running Lavanti and all still had nothing. Karim going with the devil. So he can be no good for that. He just going up there to eat our food because he know he can't do nothing. Don't feel it dotish. He going to eat our food and cool himself, right? The problem, I will say, is really lame. But the problem is leadership at the PNM. You have a leader who only put in pain in the nation. He can nothing. So that's why Lavanti only ever get nothing good. Because the same PNM only going up with the leadership. So all have to get up and smell the coffee and stop doing this kind of thing and vote for something good. Only going against all your own self. And only know the problem enough, but only want to correct it. And saying, if I drink too much, or if I eat too much, or if I put something in a cold pot like breadfruit, and I use the stove, I will save on gas, or if I walk I was saved on a super gas, and you know all them kind of things. No pie, no ham. You know what I mean? You can't come and do these things to make the PNM good because it is good. Look at how many years all those pensioners and get a raise, everything going up. Boy, let me tell you something. Finally, I want to say this, people. I'm aware. I'm going to tell all the other statistics. And Mr. Lennox, I want you to check on that because you, as a man, just check on these things. At 500 murder per year, where we have about 1.4 million people, check it to America that having 331 million people. You know, if that was happening in America, how many people would have died for the year? 119,000 people would have been killed in America for the year. Mr. Smith, I want you to check on that. I'll listen off the end.
Nice.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's good to make the comparison, I suppose. That is what you want.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah. But I can tell him that New York at one time was considered to be the murder capital of the world. And then, of course, right now, with over 7 million people, so that is nearly, 6 times Trinidad and Tobago's population. Well, it's less than 500 murders in that very huge populated piece that was at one time, of course. I remember at when I was doing my social studies, my sociology course, when I was at the training college, that came up, and it has always been a case study for international students as far as moving the murders per second in New York to one that of course is less than a country like Trinidad and Tobago with just a million people. Of course, Mikey, you like to refer to where the Prime Minister claimed that he sent Heinz. I see Heinz is now.
But hold 1 minute, hold 1 minute, fellas. Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Morning, Lennox. Morning, Andy. Andy Powerful and my brother, Mikey K.
Morning, brother.
I want to say morning to my 3 brothers that bring me back on the front line with the pushback and the ground report and all these things, that the protests that you all had by the DPP office, by the commissioner of police and these things, where all you started on Saturday. Please, God, I cannot wait for 1970 to reveal itself by Whitehall for 9 o'clock. I'll be there from 6, and I pass in every day. First, I can't wait to see Trinidadians and Tobagonians come out to save the country, because I want to let especially Mova Lavanti people. Mr. Leon step down is one of the most powerful black man concert moves he has made, because he couldn't represent his people how he wanted to represent them, because who running all the things and making all the money and in helping nobody, he realized not to align himself with them. So I'm watching to see Leon people will still come out and support PNM and turn their back on a powerful leader, black man, where he remind me of Maurice Marshall. Don't forget Saturday, please, God. Boy, I can't wait. Boy, I feel from 12 o'clock Friday night. I can't wait to see the fall in both the wicked evil self and Skiotung will bring these set of things into this country. Boy, Rowley, traitor to your people, boy, but man in 1 week. Trinidad and Tobago, see all you on Saturday, please, God, by Whitehall for 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. Whitehall for 9 o'clock. Saturday, please, God. That's where the unions and them are heading, Mikey?
That's right. That's right. That's where they're heading. Ozzy Warwick, of course, last night made it clear that this is the first of many of the activities to come. Of course, I had to ask the question because I'm sure people are saying to themselves, why now over such a period of time? And he said, listen, timing was everything, and that was then. One of the things, however, that I didn't go down well with me is the fact that he said that they were out there all alone. No, you were never out there all alone. I mean, when you talk about the biggest protest action in our modern day history as far as politics in this country was pushback. It was there, and we would definitely have invited everyone, and I'm certain had everyone know. But anyhow, I think we've reached that point where my good colleague Lennox Smith always says, no bad breeze does blow. So we are here now. We are ready. We are committed as always. We are dedicated as always. We are loyal as always. Always been here, never waver. The ground report. And again, it is always for the people, by the people, and it will become a reality with the people. And so Saturday, yes, I will be lending my support. And when I get there, I'm going to tell them the next one that you have planned has to be in the middle of the week. Bright and early, perhaps on a Monday morning or whatever day. But we cannot go another 5 years with this madness.
So it should go ahead, Colin.
Sorry. Go ahead, Colin.
Morning, Colin from Santa Flora.
Yes, sir.
I called to highlight a few things that is really affecting the people of this country. Is one of they are employing these people in the civil servants on contract for 3 years. And when the 3 years up, they supposed to pay them their gratuity. And some of them waiting more than a year, 2 years to get the gratuity, and they're getting it. That one. Secondly, they're saying that the NIS doesn't have enough fund because the money that they getting coming in is not sufficient for the money that going out is more. Because they can understand that the reason why this problem is because they closed down Garoni, they closed down Petrotrin, they closed down all those 11 or how much places in Point Lisa's closed down. And how much people are all employed. And they're getting less revenue from NIS for NIS. So simple common sense these people cannot understand. Then the ordinary groceries and things to hire 10 people, hiring 5 now. Because they can't afford to pay because things are expensive. They have to pay for security and all these kind of things. Then what causing crime in this country? It is because people not...
Oh boy, sorry about that caller. We lost it. Let me take a next call. Sorry about that, day caller. Next caller. Morning caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Now, for the past years, we have worked so hard and continue to work hard for the country, for the UNC, for the partnership, for the children. We went at San Fernando Hospital. How much all that calling lately was at San Fernando Hospital for the vigil, which we keep on all the children was dying. All they can't talk demonstration and protest and come lately here and play always the best UNC. You ever want someone to call and say, how much youths nationwide, if I go St. James, if I go Sour Market, them fellas who cleaning the chicken, how much all they ask them if they register? I wish all they have done some numerating literate someone to call us this, that's calling, yellow is the code. And all they study to do a survey in Cuba North. And they didn't know CNC3, all the people will be shaming us, you know. Why is he studying people's business? People shaming us. And I'm glad people in the Caribbean they see how literate some of you all are. People listening to all in Jamaica. You know Foster Cummins, likewise, I don't know Kevin Sharman. I don't know who else from the PNM. I know my boy Sam Hussein. He's that type of person on the ground. He must make sure all them you show battalions and one registered. How much all they study, all the children and all registered? How much all they study for people to get registered with the UNC? You know what they're studying? Curry Marcel. Lavante, you know what I said earlier? Lavante wrestlers are safe seat. Why do you see the engage Jellingen for the St. Augustine for the Sharon? Why they get Jellingen after that for people to just take the woman first and take the woman this and take the woman that? Now I tell Jellingen continue to help Sharon. Not only hard black people. Now only going back. And I don't be listening when I say, look them. Black people is the worst and own enemy. How much are they going out there Saturday? How much are they walking with a black mannequin? A mannequin with some little dolly in the school uniform. A mannequin looking like Rowley or arguing about a school child in uniform. How much are they going out there with that? All in studying that? How much are they want people to be registered about the UNC? All in studying, all they're studying. A little black star. Yeah, I started falling, I started in the pitch. And Curry Marcel continue to pitch. Why do they say Curry Marcel? Them selling how much registered and registered. First, I come in doing that and Rima come on the whole East West Corridor. Months now. All in studying that. All in studying when they have a meeting to go out and support Kamala. Anyway, Kamala should have seen in a meeting. If I had a big fire shop to go back down. All let us be. All they're doing for the country. Nothing. But they come on the radio and talk about all the neighbor this and all the neighbor backyard and grass going on the yard. That can be an election. When an election not coming on here and to play all the most racial Indian. And he just talking them when they tell the man here in the morning. About 2 mornings how much ago when they tell him he's song in racial. They can't song racial. You be racial. And to me, the best of a human being I feel ever walk the land of Trinidad and Tobago is Indian people. Indian people to some will be racial. That's why the youth tell them when they're talking these days. I can't call all of the elderlies. That's why these old people in there. Yeah, that's what they say. Why these old people in there, boy? What they come out with this racial thing? Indian, Chinese, and Africans touching shoulders now. They're touching shoulders now. When they go to the gate program and they go in UV and these places, it's all of them talking to one another. What's somebody get this racial thing from? Dr. Precious Wilson. Not only Curry Marcel, you know. Have a doctor in the family, 20. Let's go on and on.
Right, but one more thing before you go on this.
What we have to do is to win the election.
Right, UNC go win the election. One more thing before you go. Do you believe?
I don't pay to talk.
Right. Do you believe? One thing I want to know before you go. Do you believe that Jolene? This boy first up
Jolene wasn't given no safe seat.
Wait.
I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid to talk. All of us afraid to talk. Why the UNC then get Jolene Johnson that Augustine? But look what Charles Kareem now. Nobody just said we got a safe seat. A safe seat.
All right, do you believe Foster Cummins? Oh God, just now, man, you don't make your point. Whoa, your family them successful, right? He will win that seat anyhow. So let me get back to UNC business and let me get back to the people business. So if we go on the politics and the current affairs, right? We don't know, guys. At CFC day, your nephew go win. But oh God, listen now. Oh God, listen. This seat here. This fella get back the seat. Cummins get back. Laukata tell Paro to fight.
If he get back, the rest of the UNC going there. First, Cummins went to Parliament. They must teach you something.
Wait, listen to the question, boy. I go on. You can't talk alone, partner. Next caller. Yeah. You want to talk? You want to talk alone? You want to talk alone?
Right, an exchange. That's the ground report.
Can't talk alone.
That's the ground report. He's on the outside. Right, good morning, welcome.
Right, nice. You're still there? Now we ask the question. You said Foster Cummins there for the Laukata Paro if it go. Well, most likely is Jolene John. Most likely might be the candidate for Laukata Paro. Right. Right. You don't want her to go there. But based on
a safe UNC seat. She's a hard African, cruel, hard working black woman in UNC.
Right. But based on the records of the PNM at this point in time, and the bad treatment of the people of Laucata, Talparo, and all those things, and the reject of the UNC candidate Jolene John back then, do you not now believe with all the issues that the country is having and the people of Laucata, Talparo is having, that Jolene John now stands a very good chance in taking home that seat for the UNC?
Andy, I would tell it very easy and nice. Any other seat. If you only on the ground, you sit there and say, let's have in St. Joseph, Arima, right? Tell me the seat, UNC elected Puna. You ever tell no, yeah? Very certain going to be. I tell the man, he will learn to learn. The man went to the parliament the other day and asked the money to build a better swimming pool in Aketa. He makes sure how much you can work up for that. Nobody asks that. When I tell him no, Aketa already has a swimming pool, he said not Olympic size. The library bill. You know, all I see what's going on about. Where for money spending, where for they go win. It's not giving away this and giving away that, you know. The tie up my sister, Miss John, she's well loved, show the East West corridor. I said, give us St. Augustine or somewhere else. They were, how much can the shaman do? How much she do? How much can the shaman do in St. Augustine? Jolene is a worker. She is a performer. But no. The African in the UNC, get them sit with all the cabin. Get that Jack Warner, Shogun Express. But what even the last time? I'm Moody Rambly man from there. All the first they say certain things on the radio, but I have two surnames. And only person I fear is God. Jesus. Jesus is my God. Yeah. Likewise, I'm Kamala Harris, who tell the people when they say Jesus is Lord, she tell them going in next rally. I say Jesus is Lord. And Jesus, we are about let Jesus to take over this election. Because the PNM is giving up so easy, you know. I tell you why it's only coming on the radio, and Port of Spain. And just want to make the radio Barry Garcia. Make stupid Barry Garcia. Only make a topic. A CPEP worker. Only call the name for what I want to just sit down and say, yeah, these guns.
Thank you, Nana. You're trying to insult any people. Thank you. Let me take a call. Let me take a next call. Next call. Yeah. All right. At the end of the day, Kadisha Amin have done a lot of work within her constituency of St. Augustine. I've been working with all those farmers. I've been working with the crab vendors. I've been working with a lot of people within her constituency of St. Augustine. We are sure that Kadisha Amin is a young, bright lady that have been doing a lot of work within her constituency of St. Augustine. Let's continue the Lennox Smith, your indulgence, please. Yes. Come forward, the indulgence. Yes.
I want to make a comment because unlike the lack of motivation for the airport expansion program in Ego, the fact of the matter is that the government has not been able to do the same generally, and so in spite of what transpired in La Hoqueta, for example, and swimming pool, etc., I think that would have been money that the people would have benefited from. I have no doubt in my mind, but that doesn't mean that Jolene John will not be able to take that seat, having regard to all of the frigacy, the waste, and the corruption.
But Anderson Wilson is saying, Lennox Smith, that they should give Jolene John a safe seat and don't put her back in La Hoqueta, that she's a hard-working black woman and she should have a safe seat and not the seat of La Hoqueta. And you are saying you disagree with that you're watching, despite of all the work that the PNM had done in Tobago, and they pump real money in Tobago, but yet the people voted against. So you are saying whether Foster Cummins or the PNM are pumping real money in La Hoqueta, whether you build an Olympic-sized swimming pool, that the people of La Hoqueta Talparo will give Jolene John the opportunity to represent them in the next general election. That's what you are saying, Lennox Smith?
Yeah. I am saying that because they know, and they were given, and she was dealt a serious, what I consider be low blow, when of course, remember, she had the agricultural initiative there, and the Somali shut it down. So it doesn't mean that because they are in office and they spend some money there, that is going to happen, as we saw, of course, as you rightly said, in Tobago. What is happening to Tobago.
But most political analysts, Lennox Smith and Mikey K, including government ministers and former government ministers, everybody singing the same tune, which is money win elections. I and all we call down to Jack Warner saying money wins elections. So are you saying that with all that money spending in La Hoqueta Talparo, when money wins elections, and that you are saying that the people will do in La Hoqueta the same as they do in Tobago? Just want to be clear.
Let me put it this way quickly. All the money UNC could spend in Laventille, do you think that they would win Laventille? I don't talk. Go ahead, Mikey.
Quite interesting. All I can say is that any of that conversation is way above my pay grade. The final decision lies with the political leader, who she sees fit to put where. All I know that 3 have been announced over the weekend, and we have to get in where we fit in. Community microphone has to roll out. It is the only community program where you get a real feel of what's going on. People come out from whatever area, and they, of course, openly express.
We're not hearing you there. Let's reset a little bit by the meanwhile, Mike. Oh boy.
Yeah. So it's a convenient argument based on certain parameters, certain variables. It depends on stance.
Yeah, my thing is this. So at this point in time, community microphone has to roll out. I was saying that basically it is the only community media program where you get the real pulse of the ground. People come out from wherever they are and they express themselves openly, what they've endured for the last period, and of course what they look forward to moving forward beyond the election. So what they're asking for. So to me that's very important. So a lot is being said. The conversations out there. I want to, of course, say hats off to everyone. This is the kind of conversation, not about personality and ethnicity and racial slurs. And listen, it are some people who just wake up every morning and their main objective is not to be productive. That's just how they are. They are guided. They are engineered. They are driven by absolutely nothing. Their lives are empty. They're just vile and toxic, and they will carry their brutal behavior all over because that's the essence of the person. Forget them. I'm not here for that. Forget them. Let them chat and make whatever. And who want to go along with that? And we have a country to save. We have a country to save. And again, understand this. Every 5 years we get older. Every 5 years we get older. And another 5 years our bank account cannot survive. Our children cannot survive. Your mortgage, your savings, whatever, cannot take another 5-year hit. So just know what you're doing. Go ahead, Leonard.
You're so right. 5 years ago, my gray hair wasn't that pronounced. So if that is, that's right. But of course, in the case of motivation, I wanted to also extend it to the fact that the trade union movement are having their exercise on Saturday. Again, it is because a direct motivation by what I would say the pushback movement, because we were able, of course, to say no. We need all hands on board, all shoulders to the wheel. And in fact, spearheaded that initiative. Some people were saying that you should be a little more myopic. You must be, you must be more tribal. That kind of talk to suggest that we should generate division. But here it is. The ground report took a deliberate position that no, we will invite all, and even if the rest didn't come, we will go ahead. We did that, and when they saw the success, of course, they in turn, of course, had their own, and of course, decided to invite us because we were so what I consider to be all inclusive, and I think that is what we are looking at to make certain that the level of victory I'm not talking about, I'm not referencing here to the certainty, but the level of the certain victory, let me put that, is one that, of course, will resonate in such a way so that we can have a constitutional majority so as to initiate the constitutional reform that I'm sure the new government of Kamala Persad-Bissessar will of necessity have to implement if we are to ensure that a tyrant, a evil person, dunderheaded at the same time and rock-headed person as well, never again occupy the office of prime minister.
Who you have there, Andy, before we wrap things up? Who do you have?
Nice.
Here comes Cowboy X now. X! Woo! X! Yippee! X!
Here comes Cowboy X now.
Let me take the next call. Again, X and X and X now. Morning caller.
Let me say, oh boy. And I'm not good morning to you, Mike K. Good morning to you, now, Smith. Good morning to the ground report.
Good morning. All right, Kingsley.
And you know,
like Anderson Wilson bring you out or what? You just pop up just up.
I listen. But I want to shoot one time, Andy. I want to shoot one time because I want to tell them Kings Carnival does take place on a Saturday. Kings Carnival take place on a Saturday. The UNC never endorsed the ground report. We was smoke bomb. Shots was fire behind me. Andy was locked up. Who is Roger? Who the hell is the union? Show me the union base. I want to tell Kamala Persad-Bissessar, Kings Carnival, let's be on a Saturday. And I do not support that thing what only endorsing there. UNC members coming out are endorsing that. I distance myself away from that. I tell the people stay home. Go to church. Cook some soup. Do not be fooled. Who the hell will be by the White House or the White Hall on Saturday? Who the hell will be there? Rowdy will be in Tobago. Rowdy is going to be in Tobago. What kind of man is I here nearby? What kind of man is I here nearby? UNC never endorsed the report, never in my life. But you are hearing on the mainstream media and the UNC endorsing that Kings Carnival. I call it a Kings Carnival. That's why I call it a Kings Carnival parade. We must steal from that. You know Roger, do you? I was next to you when Roger do you. I cussed Roger for you. And the dear camera, you hugging up Roger more than me. I cussed Roger for you. And you was hugging up Roger more than me. Camera, I do not like it. The union sell me out in 2020. You tell us people as a mother. You say that the oil refinery belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Roger come on press conference and he beat you, he drag him before. I know it. In but tell Roger, well done. The only government could do that is a PM government. Roger put into banker. Roger have an agenda for the oil refinery. Kamala. If Rowdy call him now, he get next man again. If Rowdy only, but Rowdy don't care about him. Rowdy don't care about Roger. I can never see, and I ask the question, why are you picking safe seat candidate first than the East-West corridor seat? Are you picking safe seat? The work is on East-West corridor. And the government is saying that David Nackett cannot be on the East-West corridor. The government is saying that Arnold Roberts can be on the East-West corridor. They're not worthy to be on the East-West corridor. You go and plug David Nackett against who? Edmund Ford? Who in the UNC have to beat in Arima Beckers? UNC will stop playing games now. Eh? A man went in a meeting, and some students come on a platform and say, Dobler is a good principal. You know, 2 days after he was elected to be a candidate, who the people don't know him from Sanfona, no. The people don't know he, who the LSC. And today you are telling me that you put the union, I was the IMS before us, and I must sit down and be a UNC center applaud. I am independent. I speak independent now. I speak for no political party. I speak on country agenda. How the hell you gonna tell me that Roger, that all your UNC members endorsing that carnival parade, that is, hey, we have to be sick. I ask the question as I leave again. Who is coming up for the East-West corridor? Who you have to beat Camille Robinson in Lopino, Borneo West? I watched something in the Monday night forum report, right? How could Ole invite Austin Jack Warner and a dare anybody go back and listen to the clip? You never recognize Austin Jack Warner. You could never have a man come to our meeting like Austin Jack Warner and then make him speak and then make him talk, because the little imps, the young cabal, the new young cabal, I want to tell you this, the Muslims in Bartaya, Salman, do not trust Saddam Hussein. The Muslims there in Sawan, Bartaya there, around Wednesday, the Muslim community, they do not trust Saddam Hussein. I want to tell you something. Bartaya is not UNC, you know. It's a fight for the race. And I want to say this. I don't care. I mean, make it straight out to this public now and to the listeners of the UNC. Kingsley never left the UNC, but the UNC left Kingsley. Kingsley never get away with Kamala. Kingsley get away with people around Kamala, and Kamala choose his side. I want to say it again. Kingsley never left the UNC. The UNC left Kingsley. Kingsley never get away with Kamala Posad. Kingsley get away with people around Kamala Posad and to choose his side. So all you talk to all leader, don't talk to me. I am not vying for office. Kingsley have nothing to lose, only his life. Only his life. Kingsley have nothing to lose, only his life. So I want to tell you this, who win? I still have to live my life in this country working hard. Why is these politicians, all of them, why these politicians continue? I don't care about Blue Line, you know. You see this 30-month Blue Line, I don't care about she. But I want to say this, I will never respond to her. I want to say this, make it clear that there is facts out there, and the UNC have problems on the East-West corridor. And I am not. I tell you, the people, stay home. We can come in here. Stay home. The UNC, the MPs never come out so brave and endorse the Grum report. Why is the Grum report for 9 years? I know in 9 years, the Grum reports, the bloodshed, they bleed, they get shoot, they get locked up, they get victimized, no money. And they're telling me today, you, all you, put in Roger, if for the boss, I said, Twa!
Going back and forth there. He has a personal chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
it's good for him to vent. I trust that he'll come to
openly expressing there's a sense of passion, a sense of hurt. There's a deep hurt there, and I hope that the healing takes place before the bell rings. Very, very painful. All right, the time is 5 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock, Andy, as we wrap things up. Don't forget, later on tonight, 8 p.m., our very own Lennox Smith, Corridor Transformation on social media. And those of you who may have missed last night's Observer, and of course you want the interviews, don't forget you can just send a WhatsApp request to 494-0938, 494-0938, and of course I'll send you everything, the link, what have you, and you can subscribe. So a lot is taking place, boy. I tell you, a lot of passion. Only here on the Ground Report. Here's where you're going to get it, undiluted, raw, for the people, by the people, and with the people.
So before we close, Trinidad and Tobago, don't forget, this Friday, please God, at the end of the day, united we stand, divided we fall. We on the Ground Report cannot have those type of malice or bad will. We always have to keep that hope or division and all this kind of thing. We are about unity, and unity it is. United we stand. Divided we will fall. And whether Roger was dragging a mannequin back then of Kala Prasad Bisesa, but willing to drag a mannequin now of bald head Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and this taxing line thief in government, so be it. If a man back then hurt you, but a man back then now can help you, we have to go look at the pre, or else we will continue to live in hurt.
That's right. I think you're right. You can weigh it out. I mean, are you going to tote feelings, or are you going to go forward to live better? That's what you look at. I mean, you can't look at your children on these days when you can't provide and tell them, look, I could have done something, but I didn't like this one, I didn't like that one, I have a feeling. It cannot be driven by emotions. No, he is correct. I mean, we have been, of course, tear gas. We have been locked up. We have been victimized. And this is where we're at, and we have to move forward. Yes, the Ground Report is going to make that move. We are going to tell you the date and time, and we are getting out there. We understand people are going to be in pain. People want what's best. It's painful to know that you put everything into it, and yet still there's some issues that are personal. We can't live with that. We can't deal with that. That's not going to help us live better. So folks, stay locked on right here, and to all our different shows and our different forums, and you will get everything. Until tomorrow, please try and stay alive. Don't add to the statistics. We are out of here. Have a good one.
Andy, well, our enemy that has been converted to my friend is my friend. All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Let's get it. So we are now friends. Let's get the job done. Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, Lennox will take us till 1 o'clock. All right. On behalf of Lennox again, Merry Christmas. We are out of here.
Bye-bye.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.